Alright, hello everybody. We are here with the latest asset pack, Rover, from the Mechanical Mascots series. I currently don't have any other mascots in production, but we just wrapped up on Rover, and if I see enough interest, maybe we'll make more. Rover's the latest robot in my store, and he stands out quite a bit because he's a little doggy. Little dog with plenty of weapons. He's got his his 6 claws around here. 8 claws, I mean, because it's 2 claws per foot. He's got that gun in his mouth that's like his tongue. He comes with 29 animations, and that's not including the animations that his weapons comes with. So he's got a missile launcher that can go mounted on his back, and also on his back a mounted gun, and it comes with 2 different shots. So let's simulate so you can see him playing. So it's like a heavy shot and a normal shot, one with a bit stronger recoil, one with a softer one. As you can see, has the activation thing where it like transforms on. You can play that in reverse, so it can be like a turn off thing. Just like all my asset packs, these models all come with customizable textures. And as you can see, even the gun has 6 variants of it as well. As the missile launcher also has 6 different colors. See, this one also has a transformation. The missile launcher is actually a pretty old model. I made this last year. And the turret gun is actually a new one I made. I just thought it would be nice to include it because they kind of have like the same structure and sort of the same style. So I actually had to update the animations for this. So, and over here you can see all the material variations that come for Rover here. So we got the default blue, the unmasked gray, that's his base color, the RGB version, and some cool little color variations that I think you guys might really enjoy. I really like the Arctic and the pink one. Nova, that's what that was called. So, and just like most of my models these days, the emission is animated. If you look over here, you can see the colors shift and change, and the brightness be varied. Yeah, look, it looks really cool when it's like that. So, very nice. With the current version of the emission, you can kind of get like this really interesting like double color effect. So you can technically pick 2 colors for the emission, and if you play around with the desaturate parameter in the material, you can get this really cool hue shifting effect that you see right there. So you guys might want to check that out. Of course, you can always play around with the preset materials that it brings and create your own unique look. And you know, I already saw 2 of Rover's animations over here. So these are part of the 29 that I mentioned, where he's interacting with the guns. And we got some more animations here using the energy weapons that are attached on his tail. These are actually from the Shadows series pack that I made back in 2023, I think, or 24. Not sure, I don't remember right now. And as you can see, they come with this animated displacement texture that, you know, they have like this special energy feeling look to it, like it's unstable. So you got the dark colors. Let's see, how many colors does it bring? All these use the same materials. So yeah, you got 11 colors to pick from. Pulse, Pulse Blue, Chaotic, Dark Blade, green, negative, oni, orange, pink, prismatic, and void. So, as you can see, it even brings like a mace style weapon. I really like this one. The axe is also a personal favorite of mine. And we got different types of blades and beams that you can use. So, he's got like a little stab animation, like if it was a scorpion tail. A swiping motion. As well as 2 different spinning animations where he like spins his tail forward. There's a bit of a scaling going on there, so like they kind of like extend their reach a bit. So you can definitely play with that. Here's how he looks with some of the other blades that you can see over here. I'm really satisfied with this. You know, they emit from his little plug tail. I really enjoyed modeling that one. And over here we can see all his animations. Some locomotion, walking, running, and walking backwards. As well as some idle animations. This is his default idle. And his waiting, sitting idle. You see the gun in his mouth bobbing like if it was a tongue. And his tail just tapping on the floor. This one was a very fun animation to do. And of course an aggro animation. As well as a howl. So like if you were to like make this like a enemy unit in a faction, maybe he could like alert all the enemies in the area and set them loose onto your player. Sounds like a cool thing. And of course the jumping and pouncing animations. That's the fully compiled pounce. That's the pounce end, pounce start, and the pounce apex. So that's when he's taken off from the floor, that's when he's landing, and this is when he's in the air. And of course the mauling enemy. As you can see, his paws lifted because I scaled this to be like if it was pouncing like an average Unreal Engine character. So he can kind of like put his paw on the chest. And you can see that. I'll probably put a screenshot of it just so you guys can get context of it. It's like a jugular rip. Like if he's gnawing on the neck, he rips it out. And you can just blend that back in to his idle state. I think it'll work really well with the pounce. So like he jumps, and then when he grabs onto the enemy, he does this animation, and when he's done, he just rips him off like that. Of course, there's a bite animation, an animation where he does a heavy shot from his mouth. I really like that one, and some clawing animation. So, for both the left and right paw. And of course, hit reactions. Getting hit from the left, getting hit from the right, or getting hit from the front. And then the death animation where he just kind of tumbles down. Kind of pose them in a way where if you simulate physics after he's dead, you kind of follow that pose. That's everything I've done for this pack, and so it's 29 animations for the character itself, as well as 3 animations for the missile launcher so it can interact with Rover, as well as 4 animations for the mounted gun to interact with Rover as well. So it's a lot of props, a lot of cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what people make with this, because I'm really happy with how he looks. Oh, also, before we go, it's Black Friday. You know, this happens every year. For a week, We have a huge sale going on. Everything is currently 70% off on the store, and I mean literally everything. Like all my 3D models and asset packs, both for both Unreal Engine, Unity, FBX models, Blender, all that, even textures, Substance Painter textures as well. All of my stuff is 70% off. You can check that out on fab.com/sellers/Tacko3D. And you can join the Patreon at patreon.com/Tacko3D for monthly asset pack drops, depending on your tier. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Staunch ally of the super able community, I think that it's important to